Hey again. So there's something I kind of forgot on this slide. I forgot to show you what a landing page actually looks like. And so let me just open this screen a little bit. So I'm going to be clicking on something over here that I'm going to be clicking on, and you're going to be seeing what a landing page actually looks like, especially for, let me see, yes, yeah, that one. So this is what a landing page actually looks like. It's kind of a website. Let me hide this one. It's kind of a website, but dedicated to the needs of the people that are interested in the microblading treatment. And so what you can see here is that they have a logo and they are kind of selling this treatment. But what they are doing is they are tapping into the pain points of the customer, and they are kind of trying to explain what are the benefits of a microblading treatment, and they are asking them to take a quiz to see which treatment works better for them, either microblading or powder blows. Now, there are different ways of doing landing pages. There are different formats. All in all, you just get you get the customer, the prospect, as much information as possible uh, for them to make a purchase decision. Now, as you can see over here, they are showing reviews and they are showing some sort of testimonials. You can actually click them. They are kind of slide. You can slide on them. You can swipe them in some ways if you are on phone. And then they are talking about the artist. Now, you may or may not want to do this, though it's a very, very good way of getting people through because people feel like they know you and they actually end up converting to clients if they get a feel of what the person that's going to be working on them looks like, how they sound. Uh, they get to know a little bit more about them. So what they're doing here is, well, they are trying to explain. This person is trying to introduce herself to her prospects, obviously, and she is explaining what microblading treatment is. The treatment is long lasting, 1 to 2 years, and can really transform a face, and it's beautiful. I currently offer two different types of treatment, microblading, and so she's kind of just explaining what she's offering over here, and then over here the look is very natural and soft once healed. And so she's kind of explaining what happens after a microblading treatment. It's more of a post-care type of thing. And so this lies under giving the customer as much information as possible to get them to make a purchase decision, and then she's showing them her portfolio, obviously. Now you probably have images like this, befores and afters. Obviously, you have them, and then she's coming down here and prompting people to take the quiz. Now, of course, when you click on that image, you get to this point where they ask you for the name and email, and then you click on next. Now, of course, I'm not going to be signing up for her treatments, but you get to the idea of what a landing page looks like. And so it doesn't have to be a standard thing. The most part, you're going to be showing people what to expect within the treatment, obviously, because a lot of people usually ask what happens during a microblading treatment. Obviously, if you're getting questions like, is it safe? Is it painful? Obviously, there are like 100 other questions down the line. So if you just give them all the information that they will need, they will get all these questions that they will be bringing up answered before even these questions pop up in their head, right? So answering their questions, showing them what to expect, and all that kind of stuff. Now I'm going to be going to the next slide over here, and I'll be sending you these as slides, and you're going to be seeing what I actually clicked on, and you're going to be able to click on what I clicked on. Now this sales process is what we call a lead nurturing. Yeah. is a lead nurturing funnel. This is what we call a lead nurturing funnel. It's just a fancy name that we call the sales process. Now, obviously, that's kind of a marketing thing. So, what are the perks of having a lead nurturing funnel? Number one, it's effective in nurturing and warming up people. It answers all the client questions without the pressure of being sold. If they were directly asking you for more information about the treatments. Now, first of all, you won't have to deal with all the client questions. That's one of the perks of this. And another thing is people will be more inclined to gather more information about your treatments if they didn't have to call you to do that, because there's usually some resistance when it comes to like calling the business owner. They're afraid of being sold something, right? So warming and nurturing usually tends to increase the number of customers coming through your door. Right. Now, number two is it takes the repetitive work from you. It's almost automated. Remember, it's a website. Now, instead of getting that one-off questions like how much time does it take? Now, obviously, if they are asking for time, they probably don't know what happens during a microblading treatment. So below that question, there's like a couple other questions down the line that will need to be answered in order for this person to become a client, right? So you can do this page once and for all, and obviously with the example of the lead funnel that I showed you, in this page, we will have some form of form where they would sign up, email, phone number, and name, and we'll put some text over there telling them that someone will call you or someone will contact you. Will you pick up the phone? Something like that. So it takes away the hassle of shouldering all your clients' needs as far as nurturing is concerned. You won't have to answer their questions. You won't have to show them all the social proof like manually. You won't have to do all these things by yourself per client. You won't have to answer repetitive questions and keep doing the redundant client acquisition work for each prospect, right? And so let's go to number three. It's a great way of reducing no-shows, right? It's a great way of pre-qualifying your prospects even before they book appointments, such that you know that you're getting only high intent clients, high intent prospects. This increases the chances of people showing up because, by and large, if someone has prepaid for the treatment, they're more likely to come. But there are obviously other ways of pre-qualifying people without actually paying for the treatment. So this significantly also reduces ghosting. You might have those people that book appointments, and from that point you just never see them again. You can't even get a hold of them. Now, lead nurturing can enable you to win back past clients. You can upload your client list onto Facebook, and because Facebook knows these people, you can reach out to them again and you can warm them up and you can, give them a little bit more information. Obviously, they have come for the treatment, they know what to expect. So you'll have to tweak this education and warming up and nurturing process to the level of information that they have. Uh, but you can also do this with your past clients, your old clients that have come for like your treatments in like a year ago or maybe a couple of months ago. You can easily do this and keep them coming back over and over and over and over again for your other treatments. That is with retargeting. Retargeting. There's a way that you can retarget people with Facebook ads. So, and then the last one is you're in a better position of selling higher ticket treatments effectively. Now, number one, because you're giving them all the information that they need. Number two, you are making them know you. You're making them know about your treatments, and you're getting them to like you by educating them about the treatments. And with that, they get also to trust you. Now, a good way of them trusting you is by showing up on a landing page. Now, you don't really have to do that, but it's a very, very powerful way for people to get to trust you a lot more than if it's more of just a brand, it's more of just business, and there's no real human being in the other side of that screen. I mean, even if you are getting a treatment, say it's a treatment that will be complicated to you, because obviously you know what happens during a microblading, but most people don't. So it's kind of something that is, they don't really know much about it. They're kind of edgy about it. And so when they see a face like this, they see a real person behind it, and they see the person that is going to be treating them, they actually are going to be trusting. They will be a little bit more open to getting this type of treatment, right? So that's just about it. You're in a better position of selling higher ticket treatments, more expensive treatments to relatively new prospects. You can actually get fresh prospects and nurture them and give them all the information that they need and warm them up and then get them to purchase, right? So increasing that knowledge and then making them to like you and then getting them to trust you. Those are three very important components that make people buy stuff. And obviously, with this funnel, with this process, giving them all the information, being friendly and all that kind of stuff, you're obviously going to crush it in terms of client acquisition and selling your higher ticket treatment. So I'll be seeing you in the next slide where I'll be showing you what these businesses are doing as far as Facebook ad is concerned. So I'll see you then.